Let's be honest, we're tired of all these car prices shooting up, but Toyota is starting a new era with a $10,000 truck. This is good news for everyone because Toyota has always made reliable and strong trucks, and they're making this truck with more than a cheap price tag in mind. Watch till the end because we're not saying this out of nowhere. There are two main reasons why the IMV is the king, and every other manufacturer is well aware of it. Why? Now, you're probably wondering, can something this affordable really get the job done? It sounds a bit off, doesn't it? Even the current budget truck champ, the Ford Maverick, is priced at double the price, and that's without considering the dealer markup. Even the cheapest Toyota truck, the Hilux, costs double the price. So why is Toyota throwing us this curveball? And how's it going to shake up the whole industry? Because it's going to cause ripples. This is inevitable. And if you break it down, it starts making a whole lot of sense. Face it, most of us can't be dumping money on those trucks with unnecessary features. Sure, they look cool, but often they're just bells and whistles. Toyota's onto something here. They want to reel in the masses because if they don't, someone else will swoop in and be the first. Look at Ford with the Maverick. That move was a game changer, and soon every company will be following suit. Take the Land Cruiser, for example. Used to be the pinnacle of luxury SUVs, and now they're dropping it down to 55 grand. They've even rolled out a mini version that won't break your bank. And who else knows their plan better than themselves? And this is what the CEO said. The IMV Zero truck is our way of ensuring that owning a reliable and durable vehicle is not a luxury, but a necessity for all. Sounds like a lofty promise, right? Toyota's swearing by their rock-solid reliability on their most budget-friendly ride. We'll get into how they could actually make this happen in just a sec, but first things first, will this truck actually be any good? Performance. Now pay attention, because we're about to dive into the biggest news of the century in the automotive industry. Because this is a game changer, surpassing even heavyweight trucks like the Tacoma and Tundra. How? It's simple: customization. Toyota has gone the extra mile, subjecting it to intense testing and development, ensuring it lives up to their high standards. But what really catches the eye is the design of this beast. It's not your typical run-of-the-mill commercial pickup like the F-150 or Maverick. No, it's intentionally weird. This thing isn't just about affordability, that's the cherry on top. Toyota is throwing the rulebook out and telling you to make it yours and do whatever you want with it. This is the first reason why this truck is a game changer. This weird-looking, open and generous cargo space is designed for you to be creative with it. With just $10,000, you can kickstart a food truck business, turn it into a remote restaurant, or even make it your home sweet home. But let's talk about the price tag. Yeah, it's budget-friendly, but what is the trade-off? What are we losing in return? It is very cheap, but don't let that fool you. It's Toyota we're talking about. They won't compromise their rock-solid reputation and reliability just for affordability. They're at the top of the charts in almost everything. They don't have to cut prices. At this point, we still buy a Toyota, no matter what they do. But with their resources, making this a reality is possible. But how exactly? Trucks are cool. We all love them. But let's be real, most of the latest models come packed with all these new fancy yet useless features. And how do these companies get away with it? A simple marketing gimmick does the trick, and we just have to adapt to this and see our debt and our credit card bills pile up. Now, that's a problem, especially considering the price surge post-2020. It's time for a downturn. It has to go down, and guess what? It's already happening. The IMV Zero stands as a prime example of this shift. Now, here's where things get interesting. Toyota is making a very smart move. If you don't know, car manufacturers have been making huge amounts of profits on each truck they sell. They charge whatever they want, and who can blame them? It's our way of living. We just buy the new large thing. The bigger the better, right? But that is not going to last forever. Look at the Land Cruiser. Sales went downhill each year, leading Toyota to take a 3-year break. But now, it's back, more affordable, and with a clever marketing trick to keep its premium brand image without making the cheap price tag bring down the luxurious reputation. This leads us to Toyota's second reason for their success. They noticed a problem with charging sky-high prices for their cars, and they fixed it. This isn't a new thing, we all see what is happening in the market. A look at Ford, they did the same thing with the Maverick, and now Toyota's playing the same game with the IMV. In our opinion, this is a good thing, but just like anything else, it has side effects. It's not the perfect way to make cars. Challenges. Here is the thing, the IMV Zero isn't winning any efficiency awards. Compared to the rest of the industries, it's like an old coal factory. Currently, there's no hybrid or electric option, but they said that they're working on that. It's not that bad unless you compare it to other trucks, and this could be the toughest challenge for the IMV. Because this issue goes beyond policies and the environment, it affects you directly. Fuel prices have been climbing, and surely we've all felt the steep rise hurting our pockets. However, you're not buying the IMV to make a fashion statement or have a blast. It's a tool for work or something practical. If it turns a profit, reinvesting makes perfect sense. At least that's what Toyota's banking on. We can't eat the cake and keep it too. It's a compromise we need to accept. In our opinion, it's not a massive setback, but it's a very subjective issue. So tell us, how big of a deal is this for you? Be honest. And of course, there will be a lot of challenges from the competition, but more on that later, because it is one of the hardest challenges and we should talk about that in depth. But there is one thing that critics are talking about. In their opinion, the IMV Zero is just another unrealistic and false promise. Why? Well, Toyota already has heavyweight champions, with trucks and SUVs dominating markets all over the world. If this one hits the scene, it could steal the spotlight and impact sales for the other vehicles. But let's ask you this. Who'd choose a truck when they're after a family SUV? And why opt for a cheap $10,000 truck when you can get a Tacoma, right? At the end of the day, you get what you specifically want, and Toyota is offering more options for us. Sure, it'll snag a chunk of Toyota's own market, but it will also steal customers from other brands, and that's the whole point of it. Impact. This truck isn't just aiming for a spot in the top sales charts. It's targeting the heartbeat of our economy, small businesses. The impact goes beyond the automotive industry. It's a game changer, disrupting the scene with unmatched utility. The ripple effect we mentioned earlier hits harder here than anywhere else. Take the construction industry, for instance. Trucks are not an option. They are a necessary thing to have, and now anyone can have one for just $10,000. And this is just one industry, but the IMV will touch more markets, and most of them are the ones we take for granted, like food truck businesses. In the US alone, it's a billion-dollar industry, globally reaching over $4 billion with a steady 6% annual growth. Imagine the shift when Toyota brings their speciality to this sector. No wonder it's making everyone shocked, forcing competitors to up their game. Even Ford have thought about this very hard. They need to make a strategic move to stay in the race. The Maverick revived a whole new sector, and now the compact truck market is ablaze. What happens when the IMV hits the scene? Chevrolet, Ram, and Nissan, all known for their mid-size, mid-budget trucks, are feeling the heat. And to match the new Toyota offering, they'll need to broaden their lineups or find cost-cutting ways. All that's left for us is to wait and see the game change. Competitors will quietly make their own alternatives to claim the title of the second best option. So, what now? Affordability is undoubtedly the main thing nowadays, but let's face it, consumers worldwide come with their own checklist of must-haves. Now, the good thing about the IMV Zero truck isn't solely its budget-friendly tag. It's all about Toyota's ability to tailor cars to fit the unique quirks and specific needs of diverse global markets. Here is another reason why Toyota made this truck so customizable. But if that's not enough, then Toyota might still find a way. They're not rookies in this game. They can customize vehicles for local tastes. It's their speciality. This isn't just about the IMV Zero making it big. It's about sparking a rivalry similar to what the Maverick stirred up. That's the only guarantee that these types of trucks will keep evolving. It's the breath of fresh air the truck market's been gasping for. But what do you think? Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.